Hello Internet, welcome to Drone Theory, where we talk about all types of brand new and exciting theories within the animated series Murder Drones. Today we'll be talking about the different variations of drones, the fourth murder drone, CYN, Uzi's absolute self-run program, what the fifth episode will feature, its release date, and the cast within the show. Let's go. Firstly, we are going to rewind all the way to episode 1 to ensure all details are included within episode 1 and all that stuff. Within episode 1 we get two variations of drones. Worker drones who are smart and can build defences, doors, bunkers and hideouts. On the other hand, we have murder drones. Their only use is to murder all the worker drones in there and have been programmed by the parent company JC Jensen in space to overheat and die if they do not kill and harvest the oil from the worker drones they murder. Uzi, an angsty teen within episode 1, comes into contact with N, who is literally about to take Uzi's head off clean. However, Uzi, to which he just found the right part for a sick Hell's railgun that super works, obliterates N. The shot, however, was not fully accurate and N recharged, but had one small issue: network connectivity. N couldn't register who Uzi was and claimed Uzi to be a murder drone herself due to the pure confidence of being around a murder drone, and showed no fear. The other two drones that are seen, J and V, appear later onwards and slap N to reality, which regains N's memory of the past 3 hours of his life that was corrupted to realise Uzi was a worker drone, not a murder drone. N panics as he knows Uzi has a powerful weapon that can destroy his crush, V, and wants Uzi to not kill her. Uzi's dad gets scared by the murder drone after Uzi fails to close the door in time for safety, and uses the emergency door closing system and leaves Uzi for dead. N feels a strong disconnection between Khan and Uzi and feels tons of sympathy. In return, N talks about how Uzi was talking about going to the planet the humans are on to take revenge, as they don't know themselves what will be happening to them after all the worker drones are dead. The screen with "You're dead, idiot" comes up with code about Absolute Solver, which could mean that Absolute Solver is the engine code that the drones use, and the worker drones have a working, constructing, living type of code, whilst the murder drones have just straight up murder in their origin code. N joins Uzi's side and they fight, and it's all that cool stuff, but we don't really need to talk about that. It's all just there in that little scene. Got fidget spinner. Episode 2. Scene starts with N having a truly scary moment of a memory featuring the fourth murder drone. This murder drone is nowhere to be seen elsewhere in both episode 1 and 2 and even 3. This drone is mysteriously gone, it's disappeared. The scene shows us, however, that these drones used to be normal and not all murderous, and their intentions to kill every single worker they see. However, Uzi somehow managed to compile N's origin code to not kill every single worker and rather just the ones they need to survive. V slowly also changes gradually. Uzi places something on the side of her head to what seems to be a code changing add-on. Uzi cracks a mirror, to which V replies with, "That's odd and concerning." The code add-on is later on figured out as Absolute Solver, to which N replies with, "Is that your special eye?" Which Uzi feels embarrassed to talk about. We also got a claim here, rest in peace Ladderbot 5000, as a weird creature comes out of some unknown ribs near the Absolute Solver containers and consumes him. Alongside this, lots of worker drones have been vanishing and disappearing. This creature appears with lots of holograms that trick Uzi with her dad being cut in half by the creature and really scaring her processor with the sighting. N appears and distracts the creature by exploding a missile. N says, "Shoot, or pass it to me," which Uzi, obviously scared and frightened a little bit, passes it over, and the N hologram glitches to the creature and Uzi gets tricked. Real N, however, comes in and saves the day by dismantling all the mechanics the creature is using, and grabs Uzi and covers her with the metal wings to avoid her being damaged. Uzi, who is still frozen about the hologram of her dad being literally ripped apart, gets startled by N, to which N feels very upset and sorry about and flies to the top away from everyone. At the end of episode 2 we also get a little glimpse of the character Doll, who has a modified Absolute Solver code 2 that allowed her to break a handle of a door to avoid Liz opening the door to the fake Liz, also known as the creature. Episode 3 we get the promening, baby! N, who is still very upset and worried for Uzi and understands to keep the distance maintained, talks about the prom with V. Uzi, who finds missing posters on the wall, goes to place them up on her wall to find out all her previous posters involving the Absolute Solver icon and all the description about it to be torn off by her dad. Uzi, understandably pissed, gets angry at Khan, to which Khan replies with the fact Uzi is grounded from seeing those murder drones as they are having a bad habit, influence, whatever on Uzi. And also gives Liz and Doll a chance to get Uzi ready for prom. As Uzi arrives, she goes to leave, to which Doll closes the door and teleports behind her as the camera focuses on a trash can with all the missing posters. Uzi gets ready in the bathroom but cracks the mirror in the process. That's sick, Uzi, you're not that ugly. She listens closely on the wall to hear that Liz is telling Doll to hurry up in a way to kill off Uzi. Uzi looks back at the shower curtain to notice blood dripping and proceeds to open the curtain to reveal tons of shattered mirrors. Like what Uzi has been doing to the mirrors that she is looking at. Mirror attacks is going to be highly effective. Uzi escapes and runs away as N flies to get V as he notices V has escaped to go to prom. He gets his prom suit on to be dapper N and bumps into Uzi. Both are startled by each other and Uzi blushes as she wants N to go to prom with her. All the lovely stuff happened with the amazing fight scene, by the way, Glitch. That was probably one of my favourite scenes, and the soundtrack fits so well. You guys did amazing on that. Anyways, as that finishes, Uzi, N and V are at Doll's apartment when they unveil Doll's parents who were murdered by V. Doll respawns literally like a Minecraft character and reverses the bullet to Uzi's direction. Uzi, in a quick unknown reaction, activates her version of the Absolute Solver, to which Doll responds, "I'm very sorry for you," or something along the lines in that, which understandably all three are confused. None of them know what she means by her saying sorry. But finally, it's time for the main event. The main reason why you all came here. Episode 4 and the explanation behind the 4th murder drone, which we're going to call CYN. This zombie drone code from the Absolute Solver that Uzi originally obtained within episode 2, and the predictions for episode 5 and the cast that is shown. In episode 4 we get a glimpse of another flashback N had by hovering over a very unusual movie cover, zombie drones. As he hovers over, we get a glimpse of the 4th murder drone, CYN. As I've said, the name isn't confirmed, but it's a wild guess to call the 4th drone CYN. The 4th drone is uncovered, again, in another glitched flashback with questionable coding around the screen, one with especially null being in the centre of the planet shown within the sky. It is very scary how we have not discovered or seen who CYN really is, and where they are as we speak. How powerful is CYN, and most importantly, what happened to CYN, and why does N have so many memories about them? This we have to wait and find out. There is nothing else we can talk about this. Stepping back to episode 4, however, about the zombie drone's code that Uzi had acquired within episode 2, Uzi appears to be understanding the clear concept and use of how to use his Absolute Solver modifier. Using it to the advantage of looking for clues as such, she finds herself in a scene where one of the worker drones shoot an arrow at Uzi, and in shock, she attempts to block it with her Absolute Solver and her engine source becomes overheated. Code starts writing itself, with the arrow being converted to a weird creature that is similar to the small creature we saw after the railgun exploded on the robotic mess. Uzi becomes frightened about it and scurries away to stay hidden. V gets viciously angry and aware that Uzi is not Uzi anymore and is something she knows but doesn't tell anyone, not even N. N flies off to find Uzi as V calms down and walks away, telling the worker drones they can do whatever the heck they want. Rebecca and Brayden go to make out somewhere discreet and quiet, to which a convenient woodhouse is right in front of them. How odd. They enter to find out Uzi is there too, and things are not pleasant. Brayden is straight up dead, gone, sliced, turned into oil. However, Rebecca manages to escape with only half of her body to tell the others to be careful and aware. In that moment, the fire gets its effects warped and disabled by the zombified Uzi. She is not in control. The machine program modifier is controlling her as she becomes more and more zombified. She kills off 2 of the 3 remaining characters that run off, with Liz being the last one alive. In the breaking moment of Uzi about to cut Liz into miniature pieces, V steps in with her wings to bounce Uzi up and slice her away. They have some intense battle, which is my favourite scene, by the way, just throwing that out there, and it ends with Uzi nearly killing V. However, N interferes and Uzi slices N's hand, to which N just simply yeets Uzi 256 meters in the air. Yep, it's 256 meters in the air. It's mathematically correct. Within the scene alone though, we can see Uzi's control is quite frankly non-existent. She has a similar code icon with the murder drones with the X and the error symbol. However, she has a hot temperature warning due to not eating enough oil and hence the rampage of murdering everyone she saw that came into action. Now for the prediction. Episode 5. I simply can't wait for it. It releases in June, and I can't wait for what it will uncover. Will CYN be finally revealed to us in the eyes of Uzi, N or V, and how Tessa and N will react with Uzi, N and V? Will N and V have their memories refreshed to soup again, and then Zombified Uzi will come out with Doll and they will have a powerful fight? I simply can't wait for it. It's going to be such a handful, if not a spoonful of content. Fuck, even a bowl full of mysteries. So at this point, they're getting so much better. But yeah, that's all. Thank you guys so much for watching. It is insane what there is, and I can't wait to see what is in store for the next 4 episodes. Thank you so much for making such an amazing show, Glitch, and I can't wait for the rest of it.